Our beloved dragon has been left in the dust, and now I'm bringing him out, rising like a phoenix, or I guess a dragon, with 2 builds, 1 special build at the end, and do everything you would possibly want. We have a gun platform Chroma with massive buffs and armor shipping, damage, nuking, killing acolytes, all of that in one video, so let's hop into it. Now, his abilities and also his passive I think need a couple of changes, so I'll talk about them while I stroll through them. He has gotten the new Augment, which sort of made me make this video. I think with today's builds you're gonna be having an easy time inside of Steel Path. Let's cover his passive. His passive is that he has an extra mid-air jump and a bullet jump. This is something that I would like to be changed, something like status damage increase and then having all 4 elements on your weapons, for example, or maybe on your abilities to increase the damage. Something of that sort would be pretty cool. The first ability is Spectral Scream. You are locked into this animation where you breathe one of the 4 elemental damage types on your right hand corner, and if you tap the ability you're gonna select the damage type. If you hold it you're gonna use the actual ability. I don't like this ability, that's why I use Theros Strike. Theros Strike is used for armor shipping, giving yourself health back, and you can also knock them back. You can use Terrify. Terrify is a pretty good ability, but it scares enemies away, and it's much easier to control a crowd when you push them instead of making them run away from you, so that's why I picked Theros Strike. The second ability is going to be Nourish. Nourish gives you viral, gives you damage, gives you extra energy on energy pickups. It's an all-round amazing ability to have, and that's why I used it on my secondary build. Elemental Ward is the second ability. Now, depending on which element you have selected, you are gonna get different buffs. With Heat, you have Heat elemental damage around you in a little aura. You have a health bonus as well. With Electricity, you reflect damage back as energy pulses, and you have a shield increase. With Toxin, you have a reload and a holster increase, and you also do Toxin in a cloud around you. And then we have the last one, which is going to be Cold. This increases your armor and reflects the damage back with a multiplier. Cold is really good because it increases the damage of your critical hits. And Cold is the one that I would highly recommend you go for. The third ability is going to be Vex Armor. Now, Vex Armor has 2 different buffs, Scorn and Fury. Scorn increases your armor, and you charge it up by getting your shields damaged and or killing enemies with your melee weapon. And Fury is a damage buff. When your health gets damaged and you kill enemies with your ranged weapon, you're going to increase the damage buff. Both of them are additively stacking instead of multiplicatively like they used to, so that has been changed out. Doesn't mean this ability is actually bad. This ability is still pretty good, not as great as it was, but very usable, especially with the new Augment mod, Guardian Armor. Your health is going to take 50% of the damage dealt to your allies within affinity range. If you're in solo, this doesn't really matter. Their kills, and your kills are going to heal you back and increase the duration of Vex Armor. Now, there is a little bit of a thing, a little bit of an issue here. We'll talk about it when we get to the build. Well, our fourth ability is Effigy. Effigy, you shed your skin, lose 50% of your armor, gain a 20% speed increase, you gain extra credits inside of a 10-meter radius around your skin. It can stun enemies and it can target one enemy. This is actually very bad. I don't recommend you use this ability even for credits because there's a special build for that. That is, as I said, at the end of the video. But now, the main build. Theros Strike build looks like this. In the aura slot, we have Growing Power, we have Prime Continuity, Stretch, Guardian Armor, Blind Rage, Equilibrium, Umbral Intensify, and Vitality. Transient Fortitude, we have Arcane Battery, we're gonna gain maximum energy per armor point up to 1000 energy, and then we have Arcane Blessing, increasing our maximum health per health pickup up to 50 times, and then Prime Sure-Footed. Prime Sure-Footed is the perfect option. If you have the base variant and Handspring, you can use it, you don't necessarily need to. Couple of things that I want to cover. First of all, the Nourish build. This is what the Nourish build looks like. It pretty much functions the same in every single aspect. The only thing that changes here is how the weapons work. Because you already have viral, you're gonna change out your weapons damage, so everything pretty much stays the same here. Why is it very important that we have our max power strength at the cast of Vex Armor? Because this ability keeps on refreshing and you can recast it, but for example, let's say when you first casted it, Molt Augmented was at, let's say, 25 stacks. Afterwards, if you recast it at 50, ability, you're not gonna gain that 50 bonus. What you need to do is let the ability run out, and then you can recast it with the additive bonus. We want our power strength maxed out at the time of casting Vex Armor, just because of that little tiny thing. If you don't want to deal with that, then take off Guardian Armor and you're pretty much set. Shards are incredibly good, they're gonna help. We have 2 yellow ones giving us 50% casting speed total. We have 3 red ones, 2 Tau Force giving us 15 each, and then 1 normal one giving us 10, a total of 40%. What's gonna increase our casting speed and damage even more is gonna be Madurai. Power Transfer, 50% casting speed from transferring from operator, and then Sling Strength, 40% power strength when you sling multiple times. That is going to be very good. It's not necessary, but you can use it pretty much without any issue. The most important thing, the weapons. Oh yes, there is a lot. You have maybe been seeing me use multiple weapons in the background, like the Trumna for example. This is the build that I use for the Trumna. It is a very interesting shotgun. It's like a miniature Archoplasmor with more ammo and an Oathfire that can clear entire rooms. It is a very good and fun weapon. The reload's long, but a very good weapon. The Kuva Brahma is also one of the best weapons that I highly recommend for everyone. The base element that I had on it was heat, so I had viral put on it. This is what the build looks like. One of the best beginner weapons in AoE weapons. For other weapons we have the dual Toxicist for example. This is an incredibly fun weapon to use with Chroma. He is very good with this weapon. We also have melee weapons like the Glaive Prime. Use also Harmony. You can use Hate. All of these weapons are gonna be pretty good. We also have the dual Ichor Incarnate. With this Warframe, considering your weapon is your main damage dealer, it is very important. You can use the Latum, you can use other weapons as well. You can use Incarnate weapons, but don't use the ones where it takes a long time to charge them. The faster the charge time and the faster your time to kill, the easier your game's gonna be, and the more you're gonna survive and the more this one's gonna be. Also, Kuvazar. Test that weapon out as well. Now the companion of choice is gonna be either Nautilus or a Hound that is going to prime enemies. Either one is going to be really good. The Nautilus build with Hellstorm looks like this. I do recommend you use Reinforced Bond because it's gonna increase your fire rate. And one thing, you can't use this on normal Nautilus because he doesn't have enough shields, so that's pretty bummer. So the prime variant is pretty much necessary. But if you don't want that, you can always use a Hound. This is the Hound and the weapon that I use. This usually almost sometimes kills enemies on its own. It's a really good companion to have because of all of the priming, and also the enemies don't have armor, so you're pretty much set to do a lot of damage with your priming Hound. You want to figure out how the build works. It's pretty much plain and simple. All you need to do is have Elemental Ward active with, of course, Cold. You want to activate Vex Armor when you use Power Sling, when you use Growing Power. When all of that happens, then use Vex Armor, and then just keep on going. Armor strip enemies, use your weapons to kill those enemies, grow your strength higher and higher, and that's basically it. You can last as long as you would possibly want in Steel Path and just play around with it. Haha, you thought I forgot about the special build? Oh no, here it is. This is the Prophet Taker Chroma build. Now, I know a lot of people use Real Chroma for the Prophet Taker, and he is still one of the best Warframes for it in my opinion. The build looks like this. We have Arcane Nullifier, and I've taken out the Augment for Augur Secrets. I want maximum buffing from this, so I'm gonna be using the Zenith as well. I do have a full guide on the top Prophet Taker up in the top right hand corner, so you can go and check that out. He is really easy to take down with Chroma, and Chroma is still my top 1 Warframe for the Prophet Taker. And now we can move on to the end of the video. I'm very interested in hearing what weapons you guys recommend using with this Warframe, what weapons you guys use, so leave that in the comment section down below. Also, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a very interesting and fun video to make. I didn't really make a Chroma video in a while, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was your lovely host, the Gaming Weasel, me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. The Gaming Weasel over and out.